I don't want to get beaten by the blind guy.
That blind guy's awesome. He's going to kick my ass. Q&A for BJJ. You have some questions and we will bring some answers. If you would like to ask us a question, go to the website, bulletproofbjj.com, click on the podcast tab, scroll down, there'll be a red button there, and you can leave us a voicemail. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and we'll help you out.
First one coming in, anonymous.
Again.
Hi guys, I am Anna from Germany. First of all, I really love your show and I've been binging it lately. And I've got a question for you guys. I've been practicing judo for about 14 years now, and I competed at quite a high level. But since a year or so, I discovered BJJ, and to be honest, I do like it more than judo. But I don't know how to tell my coach I want to back off on judo for a bit and go train more BJJ, because I don't think he will be very happy about it. Do you have any advice for me, or just advice on how to handle jealous coaches in general? Thank you so much.
Oh,
Anna, thanks for the question. Damn, that's a sticky situation you're in.
it is tough.
I'm excited for when you just start 5 days a week on and just ragdolling everyone because you got 14 years of judo.
Just Uchimata.
They're like, oh, who's this new girl? Wah, bang!
Look, I think it's like anything. If you and I think judo is a much more traditional environment. So cross training is like, quite frowned upon unless you're in like a national team or something like that. It sounds like, if you've done it to a high level, you're looking for something fun and new. That's kind of like me with going to judo. I'm like, yeah, I'll back off jiu-jitsu and I'll do judo because it feels new. It feels fun.
Yeah.
It sounds, unless you have an actual fiscal obligation or like you're part of the German national team or something, you should do what you enjoy. So if you enjoy jiu-jitsu, you should start doing it a bit more. I guess the question is, if you want to do jiu-jitsu, doesn't mean you're not going to be able to train judo at your current gym. Will your coach be that mad that you have to, I think any coach that's kind of that demanding, it sounds like not necessarily the best relationship. So
yeah, and it does sound like Anna's kind of 1 foot out the door.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm thinking about wrapping up the judo thing and just going into jiu-jitsu. Look, here's what I would say is like, if you had a friend, Anna, who was in a relationship, let's say it wasn't a great relationship. Maybe it started off great and then it just wasn't that great anymore. And they met someone else that they were really interested in and felt like they were really kind of falling in love with. What would your advice to that friend be?
Sure.
Right. And it'd be like, look, it's a horrible thing to have to cut off a relationship with someone that you love, right? Like your coach. I'm sure, you love them as a coach, mutual respect and all of that. But the reality is you've got this new love.
True.
And it's like, you got to have that hard conversation. Now, and I've had a couple of these in my time. They're always horrible, right? But you feel better for it because you're being honest. You're leading with your heart, and all you can do is just be truthful and say, look, here's all the things I've loved about this process and training with you, etc. But here's where I'm at and here's what I want to do, and just put it on the table. And if that coach isn't capable of taking that in a way that is, whatever, like if they get angry about it, that's all on them, right? All you can do is just be honest about it. And I think that's what you got to do.
Yeah, definitely. And truth be told, martial arts is about personal expression, within constraints. If you can't express yourself honestly, then, which is, that's what Bruce Lee is all about, express yourself honestly, then you're going to build resentment long term. You're going to stop loving the thing that you loved or grew up loving. And then you're going to feel loss and resentment for not pursuing the thing that you really are engaged with. So I think you already know in your heart what you would like to do, but yeah, it does take a little bit of courage to have that maybe hard conversation with someone. And you never know. They might actually be more understanding than you realize, because if they think that you might just completely leave the sport entirely, then they'll be like, oh, I don't want that. So they may be more understanding than you think.
Yeah. Good luck. What I can say is not acting on it and staying in that thing that
good.
Yeah, that sucks. That's really bad for you. So make the change. Next one coming in, Ryan. This episode is brought to you by Parry Athletics, the exclusive apparel sponsor of the Bulletproof for BJJ podcast. We've been working with these guys for quite some time now. We absolutely love the company. We love their gear, both for training and also just looking slick off the mats. They got excellent no-gi wears, shorts, t-shirts, all that cool stuff. If you want to get yourself into some Parry clothes or you want to rock the Bulletproof for BJJ exclusive merch, you got to go through Parry, go to parryathletics.com and use the code bulletproof20 to get 20% off your order. They ship internationally. Hi, Ann.
Hey guys, it's Ryan, the blind guy from Central Illinois. I just wanted to follow back up with you guys. I had my competition yesterday and ended up taking third place home.
Cool.
In the ultra heavyweight for white belts.
Nice.
In the Masters 1 category. Happy with that finish, but also slightly disappointed. I feel like I could have did a little better. But I can't complain for my first competition and on top of it doing it completely blind. I wanted to thank you guys again for the information that you provided, answering my question about trying to find more rolling partners. I have started getting more rolling partners, and hopefully now that my coach has announced to the gym the results of myself and the other competitors from the gym that went yesterday, that maybe I can even continue getting more. But yeah, so I didn't think about it, but like you guys mentioned too, I didn't say I'm 6'2" and 230 pounds. So I am definitely a big guy, and I didn't take that in consideration as far as finding rolling partners. But again, thanks for the feedback that you guys gave for my first question, and look forward to hearing more from you guys. Thanks.
Ryan, what a legend.
True legend.
Happy for you, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that ultimately it takes so much courage to do a competition, and then to do a competition when you're blind is like, that's crazy.
Yeah, can't even imagine.
And I'm actually going to counterpoint that slightly. Announcing that you did well in a competition may not earn you more roles. People might be like, dang.
I don't want to get beaten by the blind guy.
That blind guy's awesome. He's going to kick my ass.
Yeah.
So,
Yo, we got this blind guy at my gym. He's a savage.
It's like,
I never rolled with him.
No, I run away.
Yeah, it's a good point. Quick context for other listeners. Ryan had mentioned because of his blindness, it's tricky for him to get rolling partners at the gym.
Yep.
And so we offered up kind of a couple of maybe practical things he could try, and it sounds like they've worked out well. Yeah, which is great. That's awesome. But yeah, that's another barrier. 6'2", 230 pounds.
Solid.
Big guy. And that's an intimidating frame to say, hey man, do you want to do a round?
I'm going to get that big guy with the heightened senses of Daredevil. Shit. I don't know if people want that smoke, but I'm stoked for you, man, and power to you.
Yeah, it's great. Last one for the day, Charles. I've had that situation a couple of times recently where I've come to training with some water, but I haven't had any electrolytes, and I've finished training and I've had to go to a convenience shop and buy myself some kind of sports drink, usually a Gatorade. Cost me like $7. It's small and it really doesn't contain that much of the good stuff that I'm looking for, which are the electrolytes. Sodi, on the other hand, is my partner when it comes to hydration, and I'd simply just run out of it. And it sucks because I got to go buy expensive stuff that doesn't do anywhere near as good a job. I'm super stoked that we've been restocked with the Sodi, and now I can be properly hydrated when I train Jiu-Jitsu. This has always been an underexplored aspect of my training, and I'm so stoked that we now have these guys in place to support us and also the listeners of the show. So if you want to be hydrated on the mats so that you can perform at your best and have the best mental clarity while training, get yourself some Sodi. Go to sodi.com.au. That's SODII.com.au. Get yourself some delicious hydration salts and use the code bulletproof15 for 15% off. Go to sodi.com.au. Get yourself hydrated.
Bulletproof BJJ, it's Charles Allen Price. Big shout out to Joey and JT. Shout out Mark McQueen. Love you, fellas.
What a mad dog.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, boom.
Wrapping it up.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Look, we love any feedback you can give us, any questions you can hit us with, because the reason why we started this is like we just want to be able to speak directly to the pain points and the problems that you have, so we can in some way contribute. Because oftentimes your coach doesn't have all the answers, right? They're just one human. They might be really great at BJJ, but they might not have any other ideas. And even between Joey and I, even though we're similar in a lot of ways, we look at things quite differently. And so we will try and give different inputs to try and cover the bases better for you. And so I know for sure I've benefited from just asking a lot of questions, but that's also because I'm not afraid to be annoying. I'm that guy. You might be a little bit more self-conscious.
I think your personality is founded on being annoying.
It is. I think it's become a hobby, actually. I recreationally like to annoy people. It's whether I can do it with a crossface or I can do it with a jabbing question. But here's the thing: if you're unsure and you're not confident to put your voice on the podcast, you can hit us with a message directly, and this often feeds into the way that we do our podcast episodes.
Yeah, like we get a lot of questions, email, Instagram, whatever, and we take those as inspiration for topics to talk about. A few people have asked this. So absolutely, if you don't want to be featured on the show, fire something through on text.
Yeah.
And, we'll always get back to you as best we can, and then hopefully we can talk more about it.
But we love it. We love hearing where you are in the world and what you're experiencing, because it makes you realize, like, jiu-jitsu is so big.
Yeah, and more importantly, like, people are listening to us, which, it's like,
that's nice.
Yeah, like we put this shit out there, right?
Yeah.
And it's like we want to, and so, we get Anna from Germany, and then we get old mate from, I'm guessing, from the UK.
Yes, of course.
And then we get Ryan from somewhere in the States. It's like a beautiful, like for us, like, holy shit, man, there's people in little pockets of the globe that are like listening to this show. So yeah please, like, keep them coming. They're great.
The universal language of jiu-jitsu connecting us all. And for us to be better connected, like, follow, and subscribe. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please give us a 5-star rating, because it helps us be more connected with the greater jiu-jitsu community. Peace, love, and thank you.